What's going on, everybody? This is Rob Wilson, Arts, and welcome. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. It's December 14th, 2022. And I already know, trust me. Yes, on the newspaper one, typoed Elliot Rodriguez's Ominus, which it's kind of tricky for me because I'm so used to putting in Omni, which is Omni, but his is spelled Ominus. So I'm aware of it. I know, fatal flawed guy over here. So yeah, welcome. Let's see, we got Mo Biggs. Hell, Mo Biggs, how you doing, man? I'm not gonna be here for too long, but Mo Biggs said I am looking forward to the Omnius Omnibus. Yeah, it's a tongue twister. But yeah, I don't want to take up too much time because I gotta do some drawing and stuff. So yeah, we got it. We heard it earlier today from Elliot Rodriguez at Eastern Time, 9 a.m. He revealed his comic that he's working on and some of the great work he's got set up for it. Now, I sent out the link to a few folks that I think J-Bot Art, shout out to him. He had me on his stream yesterday and we were doing some art jams. I always look forward to that. That's a little more chill compared to some of the other live streams that have all these huge panels of people and all that going on, and lots of jokes and antics going on. But yeah, shout out to him. I sent the link to Odin and 80s May if he wants to stop by too, whoever's got time, so we can go over this together. And like so, let me see. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and separate this. How's everybody feeling today? You feel so lovely. Give yourself an applause. And while you're in an applause mood, how about you give an applause to my band, Sexual Chocolate? No, I'm kidding. Sorry. Just came out of nowhere. All right, so let's go.
Is the first thing that I want to show you is to tell you is the name of the comic. I think we should start there. I think we start with the name of the comic.
And shout out to Elliot Rodriguez. He had me on last week to kind of talk about VKP, where that's going, what it is, basically what it's about. And we touched some bases on that. I'm not that structured when it comes to presenting or doing an elevator pitch of comics. I'm learning on the fly. So this is how we're doing it. Mostly, I think this is my first time seeing Elliot in motion. See, that's one of the reasons why, I figured I'd go ahead and cover this for some people that might not have seen Elliot. So,
and the name of the comic is very drum roll. The name of the comic is called Ominus. Ominous. And
Ominous.
And I'm going to show you the look.
And we got somebody in the back, so let's go ahead and bring him in. I only got one way to bring people in, so let's do it in classic style.
Careful.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's going on, dude? Everybody's napping, so I figured I'd hop on your link.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know we talked about it yesterday, so I'm playing catch up. So I got a chance to see Elliot's presentation on Ominous.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't checked it out yet.
Okay, cool. So perfect timing. All right.
Logo. I designed the logo. I created the logo. I got feedback on it from Anthony Gambino. He was on the show, and I got some feedback on it, and he liked what he saw, and I went with it, and I took his advice, and I made the changes that he had suggested because there were some things that he wanted, that he thought would look better, and so yeah, the name of the comic is called Ominous, but it's not spelled like this. Yeah, that's the word. That's the actual word, ominous. But I don't spell it like that. I tried to do a little change on that. But anyways, I'm sorry. This is the logo that I created of the comic, and the comic is called Ominus, and I take out the O, the second O, so it's Ominus, Ominus.
I am getting an echo. Are you getting an echo, bud?
Someone asked earlier.
Yeah,
why
that's
did
my
I call
speaker.
it
I just got
ominous?
lower my
Why is it
speaker.
called ominous? And I
My
didn't
bad.
have
That's
a
okay.
clear answer
That's
at the time. But the book is called Ominous because the events that I'm going to show off in the book happen on a planet that's called Omina with A, Omina, Omina. And so it's a story. These are events that are happening on this planet. And so that's why I decided to call it Ominous, because I'm going to talk about things that happen on the planet and not necessarily things that happen to one particular character. The main character, his name is Zadok, and I start off. I introduce the world of Amina through this character Zadok. So once I finish with his story arc, I'm thinking of doing another character that is also living in that same planet. So Ominous, Indominus. Yeah, that's also got that Latin touch to it. No, with yes, that's correct. Very good, very good. It's the
Yeah, I couldn't even remember the name of the protagonist. I just remember one of the villains that he had talked about, and I was like, damn,
Oh yeah,
what
that dude looked pretty
the
dope.
lead character?
Yeah.
my good buddy Aardvark. So I'm going to talk about events that happen on this planet. I'm going to start off by showing you the story of this of the first character, the main character. His name is Zadok. You have seen him. I have shown this image a bunch of times. And here it is again. But here's my main character. His name is Zadok. All right, and he's I'm not sure. That's a pretty good question. I'm thinking that either the first or the second one I think would be the best. I have to play with that. I'm not sure. But yeah, so this is the main character. His name is Zadok. He's 18 years old. And for the writers out there, I have condensed the idea of the story into one sentence, and I think this could help. I'm sorry, I should have been more prepared for this than I am right now.
That's why I got to work on condensing my elevator pitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough to kind of summarize your ideas in a sentence.
Yeah. Plus, I've been told I'd be long-winded.
Oh.
So, yeah.
No.
Oh, did we lose him?
Let's see. Cool.
Oh, yeah, he's having some technical difficulty. Okay. There we go.
We gotta skip ahead on his end.
Yeah.
That is my elevator pitch. That is what the story is basically about. That's what the whole saga is about. It's about this kid going on an errand, and then while he's doing what his supposedly everyday things happen around him. And I'll tell you, it's a terrorist strike, you can call it. It happens, and then it involves him. It makes him become involved in this fight to save his kingdom. It's not like his personal, to save the kingdom of Aethera from an apparent terrorist threat. And so that's where the story starts. And then what is this terrorist threat? What happens? We're going to find all this out in the main story. So I thought it'd be nice to share with you guys that information. But let's go back to the art. And so this is the name of the book. The name of the book is Ominous. The main character is Zadok, and so here's the main character. Now let's look to the villains. The villain that I have teased on a thumbnail is a character that's called Deathmonger. I designed him years ago. I have early sketches of him from back in the day, and I've always been I don't know if unhappy would be the word, but I was always, I've always been not content with how he looked, so I always kept changing certain elements about him. This is the character. I've always kept changing elements of him, and so for this story, I knew that I had to have this design like finalized. So I went back to the drawing board and I drew him again, and I have redesigned him. And this, my
2019.
friends, is the new updated version of this character. This is the official. This is the official redesign of that character. Let me show you. Here is the new Deathmonger.
Man,
Check this out. First,
vicious.
that's the name Deathmonger.
That's a great
There he
design.
is.
Yeah, I'm like,
There he is.
you got
What's
so
going
much
on,
going
D-Web? What's
on
going
too.
on, man? Good to see you. Thank you very much for stopping by. Yeah, and Shadow Punk, what's going on, man? That looks super. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Shadow Punk. And so that is the new character. That is the villain. His name is Deathmonger. He's going to be the bad guy in the preview. Okay, so I did this a while back, but you can see his design here. Couple of skulls, couple of Easter eggs here. That's apparently Zadok's satchel, and Zadok's what is that, poncho?
That's like a
Poncho
Conan
cape?
the Barbarian villain right there.
So yeah, we're going to see him in action in this 10 pages of preview. That's how he looks. Here is just a regular sword. This is not an Easter egg. This is not allude to anybody. Maybe he killed a few soldiers. But yes, that's the name of the bad guy. His name is Deathmonger, and he's going to be taking on the hero, which is Zadok. So check out the work. Check out the sweet cross hatching.
Yeah, he came a
Took my
long way
own-
with that from
it's my show.
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like,
So yeah, I was undecided about some design elements. For example, these straps on his chest. I had it like an X across his chest at one point. I had spikes coming out the sides of these side things here. So I mean, I had to go back and redesign it, and I just went with what I thought looked good, what I think looks good. So that this is how he looks. This is the character. Big old muscular, like Hulkish bad guy, which is popular nowadays because the character from Bloodbone, Crimstone, Pit, obviously, Hulk. I mean, there's so many characters that are big guys, and yeah. So here's another big guy. This guy's got spikes and claws and stuff. So I thought he looks really cool, and that's the bad guy. Now the next thing that I'm going to show you is I'm going to show this to you because I did the work for this, and I don't want to have done this for nothing. But here's a mock-up of Deathmonger with the logo. So you can get an idea of what this looks like, what this could potentially look like.
nice.
Potential cover, but it's not the cover. I'm going to actually show you the cover today because that's just an idea. But one second. Let's take a look at that. No, Ominus. So you can get a feel for that. Thank you very much. Looks like
What bookmark number are you on, J-Bot?
Oh, this is just number 2. Let me show the
Okay.
first one.
Yeah, because you were
just-
working on the first one last night.
Yeah, I finished it and posted on my socials and stuff.
Oh, okay. How's it look? Let me see.
Let's
Oh,
zoom out.
snap.
Let's zoom
That came
a
out
bit.
great.
It came out better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah. Oh, got the goblin by the moon too.
Yeah.
Great contrast.
Odin was like, "You should black out the background." I said, "Okay," and man, did it make it pop.
Yeah. Yeah, brought it right on out. Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so that's the first one. I ordered
Mhm.
the sleeves, so when I get the sleeves, you should be getting them this weekend. It's a clear plastic sleeve that they go into, and
Yeah.
then with the hole with the tassel. So
Wow.
they're not just gonna be
Yeah,
like
I
this.
remember you were telling me. And
Yeah.
that's what dawned on me about what was it, like 2 months ago? I'm reading through all these books and sometimes I gotta stop and I'm like, I'm using like my business cards as bookmarks. I was like, wait a minute. I need bookmarks.
It's all like, to 80s too, because he's like, I hate cards. I'm like, okay, well, he hates cards.
Mhm.
What would you like? You know what I mean? It's like fucking bookmarks, dude.
Yeah. Yep. Good
Everybody's doing
alternative.
cards. Let's do bookmarks instead. And then you could just leave them in the book, and then that keeps them flat. It's not like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You don't need a
Yep.
binder for them.
Hmm.
So I'm taking this guy and doing another one for the bookmark.
Okay. Good
Um,
idea.
we're tweaking out the designs and stuff.
Yeah. Nice. Hey, that's a winner, man. You on a roll. I can dig it. Let me see. We'll continue. Uh, there we go. All right.
Oh, that'll be nice. Yeah. Thank you very much, Rob. It was forged in the fires of creation. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much, guys.
This is as far as I got.
I don't have one. I just
Oh,
do
on
this
the
by myself.
clip.
I have an
On
Yeah.
the,
I'm looking.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I could say that I'm looking for a label to put this. But there's no label to this. It's just me doing this. I just
Yeah, I
have
tried
the
to hang
logo.
in there.
I don't have an
And
imprint. It's just me.
cook
I'm
some
gonna put out.
breakfast.
I'm gonna make a digital file and then I'm just send it out to people. Everybody in the chat will get a free copy of the 10 pages when I'm done. But yeah, so this is the character. Now I'm going to show you some side characters. That's the next thing, which is next thing, and I'm going to start off by showing you Zadok's family. One thing that I want to emphasize in my story is this element of family, because in today's society, family is being destroyed.
Yeah.
So I want to show you the importance of family. The book is not going to focus on the family, but I am going to have that element as this on a side thing, so that people know that Zadok has this support team, this cushion, as we all do. And I think we need to, or at least I'm going to show some respect to family members, and try to give this sense of authority above other people than just police officers and things like this, and with politicians and things like that. So I'm going to have a family. This isn't going to be like Spider-Man. Spider-Man, his parents are nowhere to be seen. This isn't going to be like Superman. His parents died. No, like his parents are going to be alive. They're going to, give him advice if it's needed. No, and yes, I'm not going to do it like that. I want to make sure that you see his interactions with his mom. This is his mother. This is Zadok's mother. Her name is Rose.
Nice.
I chose that name because it means a lot to me for personal reasons. Not my wife's name. My wife's name is not Rose. My mom's name is not Rose, but that's a name that's been really close to me throughout my life. So I figured I'd give a character in my book that name, and I thought it'd be appropriate to use it on the mother. So here she is. Just a very simple woman, in the sense that she has. She's all about her family. She's all about supporting the children. She's all about helping. She's stoic. I don't know if that would be the word. Supportive, and yeah, she's a housewife. I guess we can call it that. And yeah, she's a great support for Zadok and Zadok's sister. who we'll also see today. So that is Rose. This is Zadok's mother. Try to give this feeling of peace, tranquility, calmness with this character. I don't know if that resonates or if that translates, but that was the idea that I was.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool character.
That's good.
Real normal.
And yeah, so
down to
Zadok
earth.
comes from a family of farmers. So his mother is a farmer. She works in the fields, crops with Zadok's father also.
I wonder what kind of color palette he's going to use for.
Yes, that's a trait that I'm looking for. No, friendly trait. Friendly. Yes, very good. Awesome stuff. And then here is Zadok's father, who is alive, and he knows who his daddy is. It's important.
He knows who his daddy is.
Enough of this. Where's my father? Who's
So you
my
gotta
father?
do it.
No, we know who the dad is. The dad is right here, and this is his name.
That.
This is him. His name is Merrick, as you can see here, and he is a farmer. He's retired military man.
She gave him a big ass
He
mustache.
served in the military for his country. And
Say again.
I said she gave him a big ass mustache.
Oh yeah, that would have signified, a little bit older.
Yeah,
What do they call it? Some wear and tear.
that's what I did with my my Lolo character. Her dad has a fat ass mustache.
Yeah.
Like it's big. You don't see his mouth. You just see the mustache, and he wears like these little glasses. So you don't see his eyes or his mouth. You just see the little glasses, his nose, and then like a fat ass mustache, like a brush. Like what's that? A broom stash.
Yeah, the stash is important. As far as I can remember, one of the most prominent characters to me with a mustache. It came from anime, Full Metal Alchemist, King Bradley.
Yeah.
He had such an interesting demeanor the way he was. It was like night and day. He'd sound all friendly, and then, he start opening his eyes and pull out them swords. It's a problem, so yeah, the mustache sometimes maketh the man. I think that's an important facial feature of a character. It can tell a lot.
And he wants to pass on this military knowledge to his son. Whether he does so or not, we'll find out in the book. But he is ex-military, and he's a retired military man working as a farmer. So here we see him. And yeah, so you can see his wanted to draw like a stern look in his face, like stern. Yeah, he lays down the law. He ain't playing. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's like a good father. Like a good father, he doesn't mess around. It's like, hey, do your homework. I'm like, what's his name? Jordan Peterson. Do your homework. Clean your room. That's the kind of figure that I was going for here. So yes, and yeah, I mean he's retired military, so I mean despite his age, he can still kick your butt, and he puts his son Zadok in line when it's needed, and I think it's always good to have that paternal model in the person's life, and so I wanted to make sure that we see that in this story. It's not going to be the focus of the story. Like it's not going to be him just kicking it at home and then like just watching TV with his dad for the whole book. No, but I do want to like show you that this does exist in his world. So Merrick is the father, Rose is his mother, and I'm going to show you his little sister, who is not little. Zadok is 18, and Sabine, his sister, is 16. So I'm not sure if I was able to pull off the age difference, but this is Zadok's sister. She's the youngest. She's the baby, so we can assume some character traits about her: that she's playful, that she's funny when people are serious.
Yeah,
I take a lot from my own siblings into this character. And my siblings are always uplifting. You see my sister in the chat all the time. She's really cool, supportive, and she's always friendly and supportive. And so as this character Sabine is that also for Zadok. And and yeah, I didn't want to draw like too sexual, too overly sexualized character. I wanted to draw very youthful, energetic, spunky, I think would be the word. So this is what I got for Sabine.
Well, that's cool. I like that.
And she also helps out her mom and dad in the farm as they work together.
I missed the hell out of the chat.
What's going on, Mutt, man? Good to see you, man.
Hold up. I didn't even realize it. I'm some back enjoying and drawing.
Yeah, I hear it too, man. I'm just like chilling out. I was like, oh, shit. We live, bro.
Mo Big said, hell, J-Bot. You already responded to that. Yo to the Mo. I hear the echo, but I'm using this channel. Okay. Solid logo. Zadok. With an X or a Z. Ooh, Zadok, Bardock. Zadok. Yep, got it. Let's see. Is that a sword made of some super light material? It's possible. You know, they're in a whole nother planet, I think. So could be some different alien metals or, you know, mystical metals. I would imagine he would need something like that in order to face Deathmonger. Bros never did master his pitch. You talking about that damn movie again, Mo? I hope you're not talking about that damn Bros movie.
Or I think it's saying B-Rose.
Say again?
I think it's talking about B-Rose.
Oh, B-Rose. B-Rose. Okay. Got it. Mo tried everything. Did you skip over the one sentence pitch? If Shaggy never discovered weed, he could have been Zadok. Nice. Yeah, I see the color palette's kind of similar, huh? Deathmonger looks like he could actually wield Zadok's sword. Yeah, he definitely looks ominous. Hail, General Piggy. How you doing? How you doing? I want to read the Chronicles of Deathmonger. Yeah, see, he's already a big character for this book that's coming out. Excited to see VKP when you upgrade your art style. Thank you, General Piggy. Hey, I'm thankful now I got a writer, and he's kind of taking me through the ropes of, you know, the process of what he needs on my end to really bring out the story. So it's going good so far. And character sheets forever. Looks cool. J-Bot, good advice for Odin. From Odin. Vin Diesel will be playing Zadok in the movie. Oh my God. There we go. The Diesel agreed about the stash. Zadok's family is still alive because Markel is ready to shove that pitchfork up Deathmonger's ass if he pays a visit to the family farm.
Oh yeah, the old man Merrick.
Yeah. Spunky is the word, but be careful throwing it around. Really? Is spunky considered offensive now among some circles?
I don't know.
I don't know. I live in the 80s. Yeah, Rob is on some bankrupt shit with this chat gatekeeping. And non-intentional. Trust me, it wasn't intentional, Mo Biggs. I was just zoning out. You know, when you get the drawing and you're listening, time starts elapsing.
And thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you. My wife is here, proud of you and your hard work. Thank you very much. Yeah, all of this wouldn't be possible without my wife. She helps me out so much, and my family also. You guys see my family stop by, and my wife just super supportive. And yeah, so this is Sabine. She's Zadok's little sister. She gets on his nerves. He gets on hers. No, just the normal sibling rivalry relationship.
Yep.
So,
Went through that for
so
Thanksgiving.
yes, that's Sami.
We still had a good time.
All right, so let's see. We have. So I showed you the mom, the dad, the sister. I showed you the bad guy. Now I'm going to show you a side character who you're going to see in this preview comic briefly, but who plays an important role in the actual main story, who is Zadok's friend, reluctant friend. His name is Silas. And he is a soldier of the army in this country of Athera. That's where Zadok is from. The planet is called Amina. The kingdom where he lives is called Athera. It's Athira. And Silas is a soldier in that army. He doesn't have general status, or he's not up there in the high ranks, but he wants to be. That's his ambition is to be a general one day. So he has a lot of respect for his authority. And
Oh my God. I did not know that, Mo Biggs. Mo said no, because spunk is another word for jizz. Jesus Lord. These damn code words. I can't keep up with them. You know, they just take anything good and just turn to something crazy.
There's a certain arrogance to him also. And we'll see that arrogance tested in the book. So yeah, his name is Silas, and here he has his soldier uniform. This is just standard issue that uniform that all members of the military use in this world. Just to also show off that he's not a high-ranking official. Unique. He's rather lowish, I guess not necessarily a private either. But I was going to say like a corporal. Corporal would probably be the best word. And yeah, when designing this, I wanted to pay homage to the logo. The logo in Ominus has sharp edges, so I wanted to work with the sharp edges, and I put the sharp edges here on this arm guards, on also in the sword itself. I also wanted to pay a certain tribute to my country, and he has like a sash, I guess you would call a sash, across his chest, which is something that you see in the Peruvian soccer jerseys, which is very emblematic here in our country. And so I wanted to put that touch of Peruvian on my characters, which is a reason why Zadok also has this sash. When you see this sash in my comic, just remember that it's directly influenced from my country. So that's what's going on. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Yeah, please follow me on Twitter. and that's Silas. And yeah, so him, the adventure that they're going to go on is basically him and Zadok. They're going to be two buddies on this journey. They're going to meet a lot of other characters also that I haven't drawn yet, but I have already written out. And yeah, I think he's going to have a very interesting story arc. Derek, oh man, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Oh, Ballad of the Celestials was a good book. I enjoyed it. I got my digital copy like weeks ago, and I read it. Good stuff, man. Congratulations to you and Murph. You guys did a really good job on that. And yeah, man, I'm just trying to share in that sense of joy and satisfaction that you must have felt when you got the book in your hand. I'm trying to do some of that also, man. So and I want to echo what Derek mentioned, or has mentioned a lot in the streams, that the first book always takes a long time because there's so much prep work that you have to do, like designing characters, designing logos, designing little elements of the clothing, of MacGuffins, if that's the word. And there's so much to do, so there's so much work that you need to do before you actually get to the pages. And Derek understands fully what I'm talking about, because he mentions this all the time in his shows. And yeah, so I understand it. I'm going through it right now. I'm doing a lot of prep work to get this stuff getting off the ground. And yeah, so I'm pretty sure book 2 and book 3 and 4. They're going to come out much faster than this first one is. And
Mo Big said everyone's got those cloud swords. Yeah, the Buster swords, man. That's how you you can swipe in many different directions with that thing and hit a lot. You know, so I'm a fan, you know. All the way back to the days of Final Fantasy. So
yeah, good stuff, man.
Mhm.
Really, really good stuff. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, you guys, you gave a lot, and you also left me intrigued with the backstory of Mayor. I think Mayor is the pronunciation of his name. But with the dream sequence and stuff, and yeah, good stuff, man. Yeah, building the foundation is it's definitely a lot to undergo, you know, so a lot to do. So yeah, so those showing off Silas. Now I'm going to show off the big bad guy of the story, because Deathmonger is not the big bad guy. He's like a henchman, I guess you can say.
what?
The big bad guy is this guy. This is what he looked like earlier this year, and previously. This is like one of the original designs of the bad guy from my comic. My idea is a dark evil sorcerer, as that's the idea. So this is my interpretation of a dark evil sorcerer. When I drew this, I think it was like last year. When did I draw this? This is 2 years ago. So this is the character. He's a hooded figure, and he's got a cape, and he's got like clothing and an armor, and he has magical powers. Think I don't know, Shang Tsung, Spawn, a little bit of Doctor Strange, like those kinds of powers. And here, for example, with his the way I drew the magic stuff, I went Kirby-esque with it, but I'm not exactly sure how it is I'm going to pull it off in the book. I have a better idea, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But yes, this is the design of that character at the time. But I went back and I redesigned him. I was afraid, and I still am afraid of him looking too similar to other hooded figures, because there's so many in comics. You know, like for example, in CG we got Reaper Destroyer.
Mo Big said
I wanted
Doom
to
Shredder.
shy away from that, so confuse those two characters.
That's a good merge.
I told that to Joe, and then he's like, "Man, it's really difficult to." And he told me, "No, it's like difficult to make it too different, because there's a lot of characters, and it's the same element, like the hood and the cape." Because I had also mentioned Deathshroud. No, Deathshroud's another hooded character in the indie scene, and I wanted to stray away from that. And I love the Kirby Crackle also. I love it. I wanted to find use for it. I don't know if I'll be able to still use it. I think I may use it for specific things that he does with his magic. I guess I can make it change. The color, but but the color, his color palette is black and green. There's not much difference there. But yeah, so that was the previous.
What's going on, Hagi?
This character.
I'll be over there after the stream,
and I'll show you right now the new updated design of the character, and I really like it. I think it looks pretty cool, and I can't wait to show you. And actually, I'm going to show you right now. Here's the redesign of this character, and his name is Necronox.
Necronox.
And here's a look at him fully designed. He's got the cape. He's got armor. He's got black clothing, black armor, black, all black everything. Yes, all black everything. And green power things. And so I want him to get lost. Not get lost, but I want him to visually be almost synonymous with darkness. I want him to be evil. He's going to be as evil as I can make it, without going too R-rated. The book is aimed to be PG-13. Like you can read it with your kids. Like it's just aimed for that. I mean, I'll chop off somebody's hand or somebody's head or an arm or something, but you won't see too much detail with the blood. I'm not gonna go Spawn-esque on that. I'm not. Gonna go rather PG-13. 13, because there are some elements that I think a little bit too mature for some people. So that is the design. Don't get too I drew this back end of his hood so you can see how it looks like, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be like stiff and then going up behind like a ponytail. It's going to drape down over his cape, so you're hardly ever going to see it prop up like that.
Okay.
But I drew it like that so you can see how it works, so you can have an idea of how it works. Also for me, so it can serve as a reference, how his armor works with his clothing and his hands. He's got gloves on his hands. Like I want to play with hands, but not get too into the texture of it. And
that effect.
And he's got magical powers. Think Shang
great
Tsung,
job.
think Spawn, think like that. So that's what I'm going for. And he's going to be pure evil, not Diet Coke evil. Pure evil. Yes.
Diet Coke.
And
nice.
No, thank you, Derek. Dr. Fate. Yeah, something like that. Can distinguish with color. Yes. Ronnie's here. What's going on, Ronnie? Good to see you, man. Thank you very much. Just give him something you need, like a symbol to use. Yeah, I think crap. I think the symbol I'm going to use is see if I can find it. Is this in the center? I think this in the center, like a belt buckle type thing. I think I'm going to go with that. I don't know, like I'll find a way to incorporate that into the story. But thank you very much, man. Necronox looks bad. Thank you very much, Dave. I like the elf like one. But yeah, but it's not gonna be propped up like that. But yeah, that's the design element. It is like that. So
Get the dang placement of it.
yes, that's what it looks like. This character unleashes Deathmonger. This character Necronox, he unleashes the big monster on Zadok and Silas, and we'll get to see that take place in the comic, in the main story. And actually, it happens in the main story in what would be the second book. So you're not going to see him in action till much later. But he is the big bad guy of the whole story. Of the whole story, he is the big bad guy. Thank you very much, Derek. That means a lot. That hood will be fun. Yeah. One thing that I did with the bad guys is just draw things that I like drawing, like the hoods, these spikes on this thing, the magic, making him going crazy weird poses. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the heck out of drawing Necronox. Like it's going to be really cool, and yeah. So that's the big bad. So just to recap, here's just a quick a quick image that I prepared to show off everybody so far that I've revealed. So we have the main character. His name is Zadok. Zadok. Then we have his family, which is super important. We have his mom, Rose. We have his dad, Merrick. We have his younger sister, Sabine. That's his family here. On the left side, Rose, Zadok, and Sabine. And then we have his friend, Silas, on the right. The main story is about these two characters. They're going to go on a journey. It's a journey that it's a journey that Zadok doesn't want to be a part of, and it's a journey that Silas wants to be a part of because he wants to.
Hey, 80s, what's up, buddy?
Hey, 80s mate, what's going on, brother?
He's a soldier in the army. It's his duty to defend the kingdom.
Yeah, Hagi, this is Elliot
And then,
Rodriguez.
here is
I'll go ahead and put his
Necronox.
Twitter
I'm
on,
sorry, Deathmonger.
in the
He is the
chat.
bad guy for the preview.
Be
You're
sure
going
to
to see
check
him
out
in
his
action
stuff.
in the preview comic. He's a big bad hulking guy with spikes, and he's like a physical embodiment of death to a certain extent, because there's things that I'm going to play with in that element. And this character, Deathmonger, was created by this character, Necronox, which we'll see in the main story. He makes he's not in the preview. You'll see him like further on in the story, like in issue 2, in chapter 2 of the book. But he is the big bad guy of the book, and yeah, heavily inspired also by the Wraith of God design. I love how Aaron Lopresti drew his hood,
Wraith of
his mask,
God.
and his body. So I went with things like that, not too shredded.
I'm looking forward to that one.
More cleaner cut cloths and capes, but I just like how he drew the creases in the folds in the clothing and things like that. I really enjoyed that on Wraith of God, and I wanted to play with that also with my character, so I put that in there. Big fan also of the silhouette, awesome character designs, and so I wanted to like play with that also. He doesn't have the powers of the silhouette because the silhouette can actually like manipulate the darkness. And
I'll be right back. I gotta get my daughter a
like
snack.
Okay.
He's
No worries.
a full-on sorcerer,
We'll be
so he's
here.
got magic and things like that. But he's not like an entity of darkness or something like that. No. You'll see it in the book. And then here in the center is the logo. Ominus is the name of the book. And Necronox, fun to say and sounds like a bag. Yeah. That's actually a key thing to the development of my names and stuff. I thought it'd be really important, really essential to make names that are easy to pronounce. If possible, 2 syllables or 3 syllables. And that was my logic behind that, because it's one thing that turns me off from things, for example, like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. I don't know if Game of Thrones, but just Lord of the Rings in general specifically, and some other fantasy books, is the difficulty with pronouncing some of the names of the characters, some of the name of the places.
80s Mason.
And there's the
80s May said, thanks for EFAP and Elliot. Now I don't have to watch his show. Oh, come on, man. Never hurts to watch it twice and thrice.
apostrophes, hyphens, 2 dots. There's a lot of things that I think just make it difficult to pronounce some of those names. And so I wanted to stray away from that and make names that are relatively easy to pronounce. For example, Zadok is in the Bible. He's a priest. I think Silas also is in the Bible. I know Zadok is in the Bible. I think the only names here that are like made up per se would be Merrick, but Zadok is a priest, is in the Old Testament. So it's I liked that name. It's not spelled like it is here though, but I changed the spelling. But Zadok does appear in the Bible. Not my character, just the name. And so yeah, so these are the characters. This is what I have so far. There are more characters to design. This is all that I have. I wanted to show you that he has a family, his buddy for the journey, and then some bad guys. So that's what I did here. I also have the logo, and I showed you a mock-up. Now let's get on to the pages. So I'm going to show you some pages, and one more time, just for the people that may have been people that showed up a little bit late, or whoever just showed up. I don't know. I guess here is the story. Here's the story written in sentence, as one sentence. I guess you can call it my elevator pitch. And so here I'm going to read this again. It says, while going on what seems to be an everyday errand, young Zadok becomes unknowingly involved in a fight to save
Zadok
from an apparent terrorist threat. That's the story in one sentence. And the kingdom where he lives in is called Aethera. I actually have
Hold up. Elliot should call his show Up Before the Sun with Elliot Rodriguez.
And
he is an early bird.
Yes,
I mean, 9 a.m., man.
But it's a country. It's a
Yeah,
kingdom that he lives in.
that was
And
one of
there's
the
a
reasons
king,
why
and
I
you'll meet the
crashed
king
out
also in
early.
the
I was
story.
like,
And so
I want to catch it, as soon
so
as
yeah,
it's
so
out.
that's what's going on with that.
Dang.
And now to show you some comic pages, I have done
Oh yeah,
3
the
pages
comic
at the moment.
pages.
I'm going to start working on the
Pretty
4th.
good.
I don't know. I think maybe next week or in 2 weeks because I'm taking like a mini break.
Necronox shall lead
Enjoying
an
the World
army of
Cup.
undead
Also,
babes
it's been
called the
hectic here at home. What's
Necronox.
going on?
Oh
Something
my
really
God.
interesting happened last
That
week.
was golden.
Big titty
And
zombies.
it's probably not necessary that I share this, but I'm going to share this to you so you guys can have an idea of what my
He's
reality
got a
is
cool
here
list
in
so
Peru.
far. I like that lineup.
Last
of
week I had
different
a show
characters.
with
Yeah.
Rob Wilson. He's an artist currently working on his comic called Virgin Kill Paradox, and check him out. Good stuff. He's a cool cat, awesome guy. But after I was doing the show, I was doing the interview and everything, and then after I was finished, I came. I learned that our president had decided to stage a coup d'état. He tried to overthrow the government by dissolving Congress, shutting down Congress,
That's crazy.
and just openly becoming a dictator. Our president, did that last week, and
Damn.
Sounds nothing like January 6th.
incredible amount of instability here.
Say again.
That sounds nothing like January 6th.
I had mentioned that in the comments too, because I was like, he didn't mention anything to me about it. This was the first time I heard about it. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
We're still feeling ripple effects of it. But yeah, he made this declaration that he wants to shut everything down and he's going to be in charge. He put the country in a state of emergency so that he can take abuse of those powers so that he can be president. I'm sorry, dictator, just basically a dictator for I don't know how long, forever, because these guys never leave. And luckily for us, for our country, this guy is an idiot, like just a straight up idiot. And he made this announcement, this bold announcement. He had his whole clothing on. He had the camera. He had everything like set up like a military type. I live in Peru, man. Peru. He had this whole military thing going on, and he said, "I'm going to." He basically announced that he's starting his dictatorship last week. Right after I jumped off the stream with Rob, I turned on the TV. Like this announcement.
That's crazy.
And, but anyways, luckily for us, this guy's an idiot. And he anticipated he made this announcement to anticipate it, and he never as we're finding out now, he never talked with anybody about making this statement. And you can ask the dictators of old in history that the dictatorship only works if you have the military support. If the military are able to put into effect the things that you want as a dictator, then your dictatorship is going to work. But this guy is an idiot, and he came out there and he said, "I want to be a dictator. I want to shut everything down." And he didn't talk with the military beforehand. The military found out the same way that I did, the same way everybody did. I'm like, wait, what is
See, now I got to do research on this event, because like, you imagine you get done live streaming, you come off your live stream, and the president's just talking about, well, I'm going to be the man forever. So, God dang.
The material's like, hell no, son.
Yeah, they're like, what?
Uh-uh.
They do that Donkey Kong turnaround. The Mobig said the coup happened at 3 a.m. on November 4th, 2020. Oh, shit. In the U.S., Elliot was probably about to fire up his stream at the time. Basically. Crazy times, man.
what is this guy doing? And there is a law in our Constitution that says no official can usurp powers, just willy-nilly. I mean, when it comes down to it, like effectively, if you want to be a dictator, you got to have the military's back, and he didn't have the military's back. And so the military, when they saw this announcement, immediately they said they spoke with the police. They got in contact with the police. They got in contact with the military and says, detain that man. And I'm so glad that happened. I'm so glad, so honored for our military, and yeah, and the guy was arrested in minutes. Like, he made the announcement. Um, he thought that he was going to leave the 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 equivalent of the White House here in Peru. He thought he was going to leave the palace and then go back to his house and just hang out. But he left with his security council, and his own security council drove him straight to jail. Straight to jail. And he's like, "Wait, you're supposed to make a left here." He's like, "No, your ass is going to jail going that way." And yeah, you know, like, you've seen this in the States, how like the president's traveling, he's got this entourage of like cars, his caravan of people, and his cops. Well, yeah, well, he got his caravan here in Peru, and they drove his ass straight to jail, and then he went to jail.
Good to see you.
It was the funniest thing I've seen. And yeah, he went to jail, and now he's in jail. Now he's in jail, and he's they're
he's made.
I don't know, man. That's treason, dude. They're probably might execute his ass.
Yeah, he ain't gonna last long. No one is awake at the time Elliot hates the chat confirmed. Oh my gosh. Oh man. You know, different time zones. That's what we all got.
Our officials are pressing. I don't know, pressing charges would be the word, but they're accounting him for sedition, for trying to wage a war and all kind, not wage a war, but just trying to do have a dictatorship here in Peru, and we're in a tizzy. And since then he's been put in jail, and now his vice president, the person who was his vice president, is now the current president. It's a woman, and so she's the president right now, and things are completely unstable in the country because despite the fact that this guy wanted to be a dictator, he still has supporters, and now they're rioting in the country. And so, why do I tell you this? Is it necessary to say no? Do I think is it important to say no? Is it necessary? I think it might be, just to give you a glimpse of the kind of situation that I'm living in, because things are unstable. I was supposed to go to work because I work in the center of town. I was supposed to go to work this week to pick up some things. Now I can't, because the whole center of the town is shut down because there's protests. There's police stepping in. They're calling the military to certain areas of the country just to stabilize the country.
They shut down DC like that,
and it's a mess. No, so this is one of the reasons why I can't ever take draw comic books for people, because I have been asked by quite a few creators in CG. To work with them, to draw short stories, to draw books, to draw this and that. And when it comes to sequential art, I can't commit to that. I can't, because one minute things are fine at home, the next minute some guy's trying to have a dictatorship. So I can't. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, Peru sometimes is off the chain from what I heard. You know, Odin said, I was just watching Elliot's Dawn of the Crack Scream when I saw you were live. Get in here and you're watching it. Yeah, it's tricky trying to keep up with everybody's stream. So I try to do what I can, and definitely promote the people I know, like UJ Bot, Odin, 80s Mate. You know, I know we got the Comicsgate superstars like EVS and all them, but you know, why don't us local guys, share the passion and the journey of what we're going through. You know what I'm saying? Hail Ming. I keep hearing about this Ming. I don't know who Ming is. I only know about Ming from WCW with the tongue and death grip.
So it's from the first watch stream that we did with 80s, where we watched Flash Gordon. It probably was the first stream that me, him, and Odin did.
Oh, the villain Ming from Flash Gordon. Okay, yes. Okay.
And they were like, dude, Ming's a G, dude. We had so much of a good time.
Yeah. He had that long goatee. Again, the facial hair can sometimes make a character,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. I don't want to say, I'm going to draw your book, and then months later, I'll be in jail or something for I don't know. It's just crazy stuff here. So yeah, I can't ever
Yeah, that's wild.
I can't ever take on sequential work. I can do pinups because it's just one drawing, not too much to think about with story, and that'll be fine. But I can't do a sequential artwork because it's a lot of work, and I'm not guaranteed the time to finish it. So yeah, so it's crazy. And Rob says, "Oh snap, damn, I didn't know you were over there dealing with that." Yeah. We stay at home. We go out to some places where we know it's safe, but there's a lot of places here that it's just things can pop off at any moment. And I have a daughter, so I have to be really careful with that. The line between freedom and dictatorship is only an ethical military force away. Yes, this is true. This is true. That's why in the U.S., you guys have to be thankful. In the U.S., you guys have to be thankful for the Second Amendment. Because the Second Amendment protects you no matter what happens in your country. No, because here, for example, in my case, the military comes knocking on my door. I have no way to defend myself. If they wanted to, they can come and arrest me just for the sake of me, for whatever. No, but with the Second Amendment, no. Second Amendment, somebody comes knocking at your door, you got a gun to defend yourself. No, and I used to be against the Second Amendment a while back, but it wasn't until this whole pandemic thing popped off, and I was like, it's good that the states has a Second Amendment. It's going to save you guys from any if things get that ugly, And yeah, just want to thank shout out to the military. The Peruvian military is not going to hear this, but either way, I still want to thank them for what they did. There's a lot of people that still uphold the values of your country, of God, and doing right by a nation. And so. Just always have so much respect for military people, and yeah, here just we have great heroes, in that sense. Our country has always been under terrorist threats, which is why I put that in my comic. Right? And so we live with terrorism constantly. So yeah, just a shout out to all military men for defending freedom, because as Dave says, it's just a line. There's just one thing away, just crazy stuff. And yes, truth is stranger than yeah, crazy, yeah, terrible.
His brother Mang is pretty cool too. Know what I mean?
Know what I mean, Mang? Hey, Mang.
It says good that you are.
Look at J-Bot always ruining the good time. You know that came from 80s, man. Yeah. I just say this for the fact that this is the reason why I don't take sequential art, because I personally don't like getting too much into these kinds of things, because it can be just off-putting, and I don't want to. I didn't even know he was over in Peru. That made sense when I was.
Yeah, artists tend to overpromise,
and he dropped out.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna. Oh, I made snap! Let me try to keep it going until he comes back. That was I didn't know that was all that was going on. They might have affected the internet as far as. Because that happened, he found out right after, so they might have cut communications. Elliot dropping some perspective from Orden Dasco and 80s Maze. Oh, okay. Already got that one. All right.
Into underpromise, because I really don't. No disrespect to anybody, because I have mad love for this person, but I don't want to be like Rob Willis, because Rob Willis is in a delicate situation. Cal is in a delicate situation, and I understand both of them. I will never attack either one of them. I love Rob. Rob is an awesome artist and super a big influence on my art. But I would hate to be in his situation, so I don't want to promise you guys a lot of things and then not fulfill. So it says without 2A, all of the yes, and it's important that Americans understand that, because just look at New Zealand, just look at Australia, just look at Canada, look at what they did to those truckers. It's so many things can be deterred just by that Second Amendment. God bless the four founding fathers for putting that there, because they knew what was up back in those days. So yes. So anyways, yeah. Straight away, I'm derailing the stream. But yeah, so just wanted to say that. so you guys can understand what my situation is. And
Let me see. Okay, we're almost up
now
to
let's go
his,
to the fun stuff. I'm going to show you guys
his pages.
sequential artwork that I've done for this book. It's a preview page. It's a preview book. There are 10 pages in all for this preview story. I'm going to be working on this until I finish. I'm assuming that I'm going to finish around February or March. The book is going to be
I do a page
grayscale
every 6 weeks.
Grayscale.
What you talking about,
I
Rob
have a
Willis?
plan for putting colors on the book because I really wasn't thinking about colors until I saw my cover in the color, and we'll see that today also. But for the moment, everything is planned to be in black and white. And this, my friends, is the first page of the book, of the preview book, not the main story, the preview book.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm going to give a title to that preview book. But here's the first page. This is the first panel. And we see our buddy Zadok in a standoff with Deathmonger. And they're looking at each other. And then who is that on the ground? So here's the second panel. And in the second panel, we see Zadok. And he's picking up this sword, which belongs to this guy, which I don't know if you know who that is. I think maybe you've seen him earlier today. And here is Deathmonger looking on as he's picking up the sword. And then we have the classic stare off between good guy and bad guy. And I missed it because I'm in a different time. But hello, I hope it was a great. Yeah, I'm just revealing things one page at a time. I showed off a few characters. I showed off the logo. I showed off one mock-up of a logo. Now we're looking at the pages. This is page 1. This is page 1 of the
showdown
book, of the preview book. This is page 1, and here you can see the 4 panels that I have. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm trying my best to do that storytelling thing. It's really important. There's a lot of things to take into consideration with that, and yeah, I'm glad that I'm able to. Whoop, there I go again. I'm glad I'm able to capture certain elements, to tell the story, because I heard this before also that it should be good that you be able to tell what's going on without the text. I don't know what that is. Sorry. So yeah, so we
had his soundtrack playing.
That's what I was about to say, man. He's like, all right.
Yeah.
Picking up his buddy's sword, his buddy
yeah, gotta hype it up.
And then the face off.
I'm a fan.
And then here is page 2. I'm going to show you page 2 also, and then that'll be it for the sequential artwork, because I have page 3 ready, but I'm not going to show that off to you guys just yet. I'm only going to show off page 1 and 2. That's it. And here's page 2. And yeah, we get Deathmonger early on. We get him like at the very beginning, and we're just going to go all in it and just start fighting. And forget all this nonsense. Let's just start fighting. Just start going blows. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, we're getting Deathmonger earlier. Right now, this is page 2. What I showed you previously is page 1. Yes. Thank you. Definitely a component. Thank you very much, General Piggy. What's going on, General? Mad respects for generals. I mentioned that earlier. Mad respect to generals. And yeah, so yeah, we're getting into it. This is page 2. Just Deathmonger just showing off all his anger.
Then ask Rob Willis, did you mean Todd Bridges?
I'm just having fun with the panels this way. God. And then here, wow, this is where I leave you guys off at right here. Deathmonger about to knock somebody out. And yeah, I had a lot of fun drawing this. Good stuff. And just finished reading. Yeah, good stuff. I hope you liked it. I liked it.
And that's
the
crazy.
The floating cities, that sister relationship he's got going on. Good stuff.
That's crazy.
He says, "Don't take the advice that you need to be able to understand the scene without the dialogue." Yeah, it's just I just take it. Yeah, it's not. I take it like a guide. No, like a guide. More than fact. No? It works for battle scenes, but context can be relayed through visual. Can't be relayed. Exactly, that's correct. You have the visuals alone. Yeah. Tartan is just really liking the look. Thank you very much, Tartan. Boom, great. Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm going for. And I want to continue that in the other pages. So hopefully, I don't drop the ball with page 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I hope this is a good build up for what you guys see. Yeah, this is why I didn't go to my editor for this. I was like, man, F it. I just want to play with my toys. So I got Zadok and I got Deathmonger and want to fight each other and mess each other up. And so I'm just gonna have a lot of fun with that. So So I'm drawing these scenes. To just show off that. Flex my artistic muscle a little bit, also, with the hatching here. Just go all in. I'm doing everything in service of the image that I want to display. So I'm going to render accordingly. Here, for example, the backgrounds, the buildings in the back. I'm sorry, the mountains in the back. They don't get too much detail because it's further back in there. And I want to give you that sense of urgency as we're running towards each other. And then here, this is page 1. So this is the first panel. Here we have this. He's picking up the sword. We have the stare off. And then in the next page, bam. He gets angry. He starts shouting and yelling. They're running at each other. And then
it's going down.
He's prepping for the strike. So that's the idea.
Mo Big said, I feel bad for Rob Willis. He's an incredible artist. His only mistake was not drawing the book. Is that such a crime for an artist? I'm sure he'll get around to it one day. Hey, maybe he's a crime fighter by night. We'll never know. I don't know the history about the Rob Willis, so I'm just cracking a blind joke.
I think he's the Shinobi Sasquatch guy.
Shinobi Sasquatch?
Yeah, it's one of the first campaigns or CG campaigns. Just still not out, and it's years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
From what I understand, it's my limited knowledge.
Yeah, I heard of it a couple times in passing, so that makes sense. It's been abandoned, unfortunately. Odin said to Mo, different strokes for different folks. Everybody's got a special kind of story. Everybody finds a way to shine. Mo said it don't matter that he's got not a lot of pages. So what? Do we have some defenders of Rob Willis in the house? Is that what's going on? Sarcastically.
It has anime vibe. Yeah.
Huh?
I say, who knows what's going on with some of that stuff too? Even this whole Gabe, David Williams stuff going on too. It's he's not doing. David Williams isn't drawing True Justice American Way now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. From what I've heard, his wife has terminal cancer, man.
Oh, okay. He's the one that. Okay, yeah.
And I don't know if he said he's not doing it or they were going to push it back, but the vibe I got was Gabe kicked him off the book and is going to do it himself now.
Damn.
The problem is I don't want a Gabe art book. I want Dave Williams drawing it. So now the product has changed, and I'm like, you know what? I'm all for it. I was going to back, Gabe's B-Flaw. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, well, I'd rather just I'd rather wait for that to come out, and then I'll just back B-Flaw if I want to see Gabe stuff in action.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see David Williams stuff because that guy's phenomenal. But now he's not drawing it now, and so the product has changed. And the bummer is because the campaign's closed, you can't get a refund now.
Jeez. So the one that's coming out, some of the artwork is subject to change.
It's apparently Gabe scrapped what Dave did. Apparently David did 13 pages or something. And Gabe scrapped it and it's starting over now.
Damn.
So then
Yeah,
it's like, it's
that
not even have Dave Williams art in it.
wow.
So it's like, well, honestly, I kind of don't want the book now, but I can't
Yeah.
refund it.
That's a tough one.
So
That
at the
is
same
definitely.
time, it's like I would have waited whatever, I would have waited
Yeah,
for Dave Williams. I don't care.
yeah. Some, we got patience, especially if he's dealing with like, real life issues. So I mean,
Yeah.
that takes precedence. Family first, you know. Um, yeah, that's wild. Odin said, "They have theirs, you'll have yours, and I'll have mine." That is a very neutral statement, Odin. Um, Rob Willis is an awesome artist, awesome at art. I'll defend him to that point. Okay, cool, cool. Odin also said agreed, and same here. He seems a decent fellow, and his life matters. Yeah, artists go through stuff, so it makes sense that you got to give people some leeway on what they're doing.
Mhm.
Because again, we're not working for the big companies, so everything that could affect us in our life could also affect the book. So
Yeah, I was talking to Rob about this last week. I can't. No problem at all, my man. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to show off the cover a little bit, so when you can check that out. Yes, have a great one, man. Thank you very much for stopping by. And, yeah, and yeah, I was talking to Rob about that, and I just can't escape the influence from anime. So I don't know if it would be good to say meshing those two, American and Japanese, together, but I don't know. I mean, this is what I thought felt natural, normal, and so this is what I'm going to go for. This is what you're going to see throughout the story. If it has the anime feel to it, I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess it'll be independent to each person, but that's what I'm going for. So hopefully you guys like it. If not, no worries. I completely understand. But yeah, so those are the sequential pages. And as I was drawing this, it came like images came to my mind, and I thought it'd be a good idea to mess with a cover. Like an idea for a cover came to my mind, and I went ahead and I drew it. And here is the cover.
Mobic said, if I know Rob Willis has personal issues, I know he accepted a lot of cover work and he's been doing that. So the one-offs, yeah, maybe doesn't like doing interiors. Yeah, it's possible. Some people get like the little more freedom, flexibility to go from one project to another.
Here's the
Yeah.
cover that I have for this preview, and it may look like a mess,
Wow.
but it's just because I drew it that way. But here we see the two characters.
Holy crap!
They're like
Yeah.
falling through this
They're
rubble,
fighting.
debris type thing of rocks, and just wanted to show you what I think this encapsulates what this preview is about. No, it's just these two characters fighting, and wanted to capture this element of him struggling to fight and to win, not an easy win, and his demeanor. I know the Deathmonger's demeanor, just straight out to kill someone. So that's the cover, and I was fortunate enough to get this colored by a pro. I got in contact with some people, and with two people. One of them was too busy to do the colors, and that's understandable. It's no problem at all. But the second person was able to come through beautifully, and thank you very much. I struggle with that so much. I get every now and then I get feedback that there's stiffness in my art, and that's my kryptonite. Like I try my best to like make sure there's like you say, movement in the art. Sometimes I achieve it, sometimes I don't, but that's what I'm going for. And yeah, so I was lucky enough to get this colored by one of my favorite colorists. I've had the pleasure of having my artwork colored by him before, and I always knew I wanted to get him to color my work again. I just didn't think it would be on my own comic, and so it's just awesome stuff. And I got a quick turnaround. I didn't think it would be ready for today, but it is. And so, without further ado, I'm going to show you this cover with the colors, and I'm going to reveal who the colorist is for this. Obviously, the colorist for this preview. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is the colors to my cover for this preview comic.
Ooh.
And the colorist is the
Straight
amazing
fire.
Matt Yaki.
I thought it was gonna be Matt Yaki. Oh, dude, that's so fucking cool, man.
Happy and
he got that
just
John
happy
down.
completely overwhelmed that he was able to color this. So let me just zoom in on the good stuff here.
Matt
And then the
Yaki's like
fading.
a color wizard, dude.
Huh?
I said Matt Yaki's like a color wizard, dude.
I see. Like, even with I don't know if that's fire or lava that they're falling into, but like how it fades from the top part of the the cover, and then it fades towards like the bottom with a little more light. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Character Zadok holding a sword. If you pay attention to the details, you will know whether this sword is his or not. And then here we have Deathmonger colored.
Dude.
It brought out his
And we
inks
can
a
see,
lot,
for example,
too.
the spikes are bone. It's like pieces of bone sticking out throughout him. Think Doomsday. And then his suit. It's like it's a black suit that covers his body. His body is a grayish, grayish skin colored. Zadok has gray clothing with a green poncho cape like thing, and his satchel, which is brown, his hair, and then yeah. So that is the. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that is the cover.
That's awesome.
For my preview comic.
That's a cover and a pinup, dude.
Showing off to you guys, and I have the logo. And I
think he covered it all. Say that again.
I said that's a cover and a logo and a pinup, dude.
yeah, all in one. Shoot,
I'll be selling that stuff. Here's my poster. Here's a cover. Here's a
yeah. Shoot, that's what I'm talking about right there, man. And then again, I'm not only excited for his project, but it also inspires me, with my stuff as well, as it does with, I'm sure, fellow artist peers. And man, talk about potential to be great.
Yeah.
Mo Biggs said anime feel is bad. Elliot, fortunately, you didn't capture the anime feel because your character don't have eyes the size of softballs. I know it is. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good combination, and between anime and the hatching and stuff, I think that still keeps it, American comic style as well.
Yeah.
I was reading one of the old art books I read back in the early 2000s. They were calling it like a style called fusion. It was like where Eastern, manga art style meets Western, American art or Western art style, and they combine them together for animation and comics. So it's good to see that that's still flourishing, because I think they can meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
And technically, Mo, if Deathmonger is a big guy, he might have eyes the size of softballs. But that's just relative to that character. I know, I'm just trying to make it funny. But yeah, that's mainly it. Elliot, he pretty much wrapped up and closed out after that, from what we've seen. But I'm excited. I've seen some great stuff. What do you think, J-Bot?
I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got Matt Yaki to do that cover for him. That's a feather at the cap, dude. That's awesome. And yeah, everything seems pretty interesting. And yeah, I'm excited to see it, man.
Yeah, something new, something different, and yeah, it's
I
on
think
the
that's
way.
what's
I think.
I
Oh,
think
go
that's
ahead.
what's been flourishing in indie comics too, is the
Hmm.
fantasy stuff has been flourishing big time.
Yep.
In CG and in indie comics, and I think that's thanks to manga, but also people are sick of superheroes, so I think that's the way to go now is a neat fantasy book.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I agree. And when you can mesh multiple genres together with that, you you keep the reader guessing and
Hmm.
excited for more. Um, Mo Big said, "Does Deathmonger even have eyes? We don't know." Looks
To be
cool.
continued.
Yeah, yeah. How many licks does it take to, uh, finish the Tootsie Pop? The world may
Mhm.
never know. So that's all I got. That's all I have for the stream. I honestly, before I woke up, well, last night I didn't know what I was going to stream about, but it dawned on me that Elliot was doing this, comic book reveal, and I was like, man, let's talk about that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And definitely was worth it. And hearing your feedback as well, J Bot, because again, sometimes I don't know some of the names on the indie industry scene, so I'm thankful for that education as well. And the priceless antics between 80s and Mo Biggs and Odin Dasco.
Hmm.
Total nonstop fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out here. Deathmonger looks badass. Maybe call him Deathmanger.
The manger.
Yeah, Odin Dasco. I swear Odin might be undercover Aussie because he be getting the Manger accent down just by the text alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, it sounds like you probably got to go anyway, and you're pretty much halfway through another bookmark. So I'm
Yeah, we'll see.
excited to see.
Yeah, we'll see
Yeah,
how long this one takes. But
yeah,
I got to do the ink and then color whatever, and then do some whites on there and stuff like that too. So, but I got to
yeah.
get this kiddo a dang Nutri-Grain bar. She's harassing the hell out of me.
Understood, sir. Well, thank you for stopping by. Thanks to everyone that showed up in the chat as well.
All right, y'all. I'll catch you guys later.
All right. Peace. Yeah, that's it. I'm out. Yeah, have a good one. Oh yeah, before I go, back Unconditional Shove, back Longshadow. Follow me everywhere. Links are in the chat. And yeah, now I'm out. Bow. Hail to the panel and hail to the chat. Mo Big said, bow. Later. Oh, all right, Odin. Peace out.
When you have an electric vehicle, then you're also going to be able to save on gas, but you got to be able to afford it.
Or any menstruating person in this country cannot make decisions over their own body.
Even limit their ability to get gender affirmation treatment in their state.
It is now my distinct honor to introduce the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, John Roberts, to administer the presidential oath to the next President of the United States, Joseph R. Biden.
The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and it get hot, I got hairy legs. And the kids used to come up and reach in and pull and rub my leg down.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
You've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us.
Great again. God bless you. I love you.